Welcome to Connecticut Style, everybody. I'm Jocelyn Memento. Hope you're having a great day so far. Coming up, the importance of science and technology. We'll talk with a Yale grad student working on a patent to keep our food supply safe. Plus, the lexicon of real American food. We'll check out a new cookbook with some of the country's best regional dishes. We'll be dishing with co-author Michael Stern. But first, let's head over to Teresa in the kitchen.
All right, Jocelyn, I'm here with nutritionist Samantha Heller, author of Get Smart. It's always nice to have you here on the show.
Thank you.
And we're learning how to eat healthy today, aren't we? This is called brain food.
It's called brain-boosting food because what you eat has a direct effect on how well you think, how well you function, your mood right now and in the future.
Really?
Yes.
And is that all in your book?
It's all in my book, medically peer-reviewed, Get Smart, Samantha Heller's Nutrition Prescription for Boosting Brain Power and Optimizing Total Body Health. A long title.
I like that. All right, well, what are we going to make here today?
We're going to make a black bean tomato salad with corn. It's fantastic. It's easy to make, no cooking, but it's delicious.
All right, well, let's get the show on the road. Samantha, look right into camera 2. Tell everyone what they're going to do.
Sit back, relax. You're having lunch with style.
I want to have another baby. What'd you think about a boy this time?
The Model Year Wrap-Up is going on now at Jackson Chevrolet in Middletown with something for everyone. Start with great lease specials like only $169 a month on a new Chevy Cruze, $179 a month on a hot new Malibu, or $269 a month on the versatile Equinox. Plus, save over $4,500 in rebates on select Silverados. Need a used car? Get an amazing 1.9% financing on select certified pre-owned vehicles. The Model Year Wrap-Up with something for everyone at Jackson Chevrolet in Middletown or at jacksonchevrolet.com. Find us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Leaky roof? Damage may have already been done. Visit us at 888remodel.com and take $500 off this season.
Power Home Remodeling Group, 888 Remodel.
Why do people wait so long to call the dentist? You're going to have to take care of it sometime.
Right now, new patients get a free exam and x-rays. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Come on, people. Take care of your smile. Call Aspen Dental.
A little time to smile.
Yale graduate student Arjun Ganesan is in the process of developing a diagnostic tool to keep our food supply safe. It's all part of the work of the Yale Entrepreneurial Institute and the Summer Incubator Program. And here to tell us more about it is Arjun Ganesan from Yale School of Medicine. Rather, School of Management.
That's right.
I upped you up there a little bit, didn't I?
Not really sure.
Exactly. Well, anyway, but we are talking about a little bit of science here when you talk about the food supply, right?
Of course.
Arjun, first of all, let's talk about the food supply. This is obviously a big concern.
Right. So what's happening is, as you guys know about the outbreaks in Europe, it's really, really important that you get on top of what's causing the outbreak, and you need to zone in on it, and you need to make sure that that supply is cut off as soon as possible.
But that's right, because we've also had our own food outbreaks here in the United States.
All the time. And it's almost part of protocol that's done by the USDA, which is the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which makes sure that everything that comes out from the meat packing or from the packaged food industry needs to undergo a specific series of tests to make sure that there are no food pathogens, to make sure that it's safe for consumption.
And that's quite a process, isn't it?
It is. Right now it takes about 3 days.
Oh my. So tell us about what you've come up with.
Right. So every time you see news which says that 1 million cans of food have been, they've asked it to come back. There's a specific reason. It's because 3 days is a little too long. You take a sample of food, and then what you do is you culture the bacteria, which might be there in the sample, for 3 days. Now what we've done is we've come up with a device which can pretty much do away with the whole culture process and do the entire testing in about 10 minutes. What we have is a device that can pretty much pick out a bacteria which I mean, if I were to draw a parallel, it's almost like picking out a needle in a haystack. You can pretty much pick out one bacteria out of your entire sample.
So instead of waiting 3 days, companies can find out instantly, almost 10 minutes, whether there's been some kind of bacteria in the food supply.
That's right. So again, going to the 10-minute mark is something that we'd be looking to achieve in about a year and a half from now. What we have ready to go right now is something that can detect bacteria in your food samples in about 2 hours, as opposed to 48 or 36 hours, which is what it takes right now.
But you say this process will not be available for another year and a half?
I mean, there are regulatory processes that you need to go through. You still need to build out a device. I mean, right now it looks, I mean, the actual process is almost the size of this table. But eventually when the thing is ready to go, it's going to be the size of a small laptop, which is going to be completely portable. And what's even more interesting is the same thing can be adapted to testing human blood for bacteria, for viruses, or anything that can be pathogenic in your blood.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so why did you choose this food, to come up with something like this test to work on?
So it started, I came to school as an entrepreneur. I'd run a couple of businesses before coming to school, and I wanted to be in the high-tech business. So Yale's got this program called the EEP, which is basically what they do is they have this office, which is called the Office of Cooperative Research, which aggregates all of the patents that are developed at Yale. And then a select few of us get this opportunity to look at these patents and analyze and understand the commercial viability behind each of these patents. So it's really a fun process if you think about it.
So you got to choose which one you wanted to investigate.
I went through 4 different patents before I even got here. It's almost like courtship, because what you're doing is you're talking to the professor, you're talking to the PhDs, you're trying to figure out what the market is, but you also want to make sure that you have a really good rapport working with these people, because there's a good chance these people are going to be your partners for life, because these are not small ventures. I mean, most high-tech ventures are high risk and high reward, and there's a lot of trust involved. So you sort of figure out if these are the right people that you want to work with, and then you finally decide if the market's large enough, you go into it.
And so after looking at 4 possibilities, you chose this one.
That's right.
And you think you hit a home run here?
We might have. We've closed on our first round of financing so far. We've got the funding that we required, which should at least give us sufficient runway to take us to the next milestone. So hopefully that should put us on the right track.
You really had to investigate this, didn't you?
So there is a lot of due diligence that happens, which is what there's this institute called the Yale Entrepreneurial Institute, which is the business incubator at Yale, which helps you out. What they do is they set you up with mentors who are experienced entrepreneurs, experienced CEOs of people in each of these industries. They come in and then they help you groom your business. So over 10 weeks this summer, what I did was I took it from a concept, and while work was going in the lab, the scientist was working in the lab, I was out meeting people, I was out understanding the market, talking to real-time customers, talking to investors, and figuring out which of these is the right route. I mean, as I said, there were 2 possible routes. We could have either gone with blood and clinical diagnostics or food safety. Food safety was low-hanging fruit.
Food safety.
Absolutely, and that's where we are right now.
So did you get the funding that you needed?
Yes. For now, we do.
That's excellent. All right, for those people right now, a lot of people are looking to do different things with this tight economy. You're seeing more and more entrepreneurs. What advice do you have for those people?
Lean businesses, you know what I mean? I mean, that was probably the biggest mistake that I did running in my old businesses, because I had 47 employees. Don't hire when you don't need people. You know what I mean? It really makes good sense to hire quality people who are capable of operating with a wide range of resources.
So surround yourself with the best and the brightest that you can possibly gather.
Absolutely.
But also, really, if you have a dream, if you have an idea, don't you think you should really just go for it? Why not, right?
There's no good time to start, right? I mean, if you look at it, the best of companies were started during the worst of recessions. So, I mean, there's no such thing as, you know, a good time to start. As long as you have a good idea and you think it can gain fruition by going to market, you should totally run with it.
Well, we can't wait to see what happens with you, Arjun. This is awesome. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And coming up next, another brain-boosting dish from the author of Get Smart. Samantha Heller is here when Connecticut Style returns. Stay with us.
These are rival jerseys from the sports store, and these are the same rival jerseys from Bob's. When you buy your jersey at Bob's, you can use your Bob's Rewards card for big savings, and nothing can rival that. See it at the sports store. Buy it at Bob's.
I'm Rachel Lutzker for Advanced Window Systems. I do our budget and pay our bills. I just got to get real value every time. Why Advanced Window Systems? A great local company, a federal tax credit, the industry's best warranty, and low factory direct pricing. You'll get a lifetime warranty that's the best in the industry. It even covers this kind of breakage. AWS installs premium roofing and siding too. Call now. Pay no interest for 1 year.
1-800-841-6544.
What can you do with original Duck brand duct tape? Maybe the better question is, what can't you do? Got almost anything to do? Get the duck to do it.
Now available in exciting new prints.
These are rival jerseys from the sports store, and these are the same rival jerseys from Bob's. When you buy your jersey at Bob's, you can use your Bob's Rewards card for big savings, and nothing can rival that. See it at the sports store. Buy it at Bob's.
You've heard of the expression brain food, and it might not be as far-fetched as you might think. We're talking about the healthy body-brain connection. It's something registered dietitian Samantha Heller, author of Get Smart, knows all about, and she's back with another brain-boosting recipe. It's always nice to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's so great to be here.
So give me that full title of the book again.
It's called Get Smart, Samantha Heller's nutrition prescription for boosting brain power and optimizing total body health. I know it's a long title. My publisher liked that.
So we could actually get smarter from the food that we're eating?
You can. You literally can boost your brain power by what you eat, because what you eat has a direct effect on how well your brain functions. The foods you eat get incorporated into the neurons in your brain, and we don't usually think about that.
No,
it affects your mood, your energy level, your memory, how well you focus. So it'll affect the moods of your kids. You know, kids are going back to school. You don't want them to crash and burn mid-morning, so you give them a healthy breakfast that has some protein, some whole grain carbs. That's going to get them through the morning without crashing. But those sugar-coated chocolate honey dip cereals,
that's not going to do it. Junk food really isn't going to do the same thing.
They will crash. Their moods, their energy will crash, and so will yours. You know, mid-morning, you had that donut for breakfast. It's the middle of the morning, and you start falling asleep at your desk, and you're diving for the donut cart. Well, it's because you didn't eat the right combination of foods. And this salad is easy, no cook, throw together, and people love it.
All right, well, let's get started.
So what I did is, you can cut this up, cut off the top. I'm going to chop up some cilantro. The cilantro is high in magnesium, which is good for brain function, vitamin C. See the orange here?
Yep.
Beta-carotene, vitamin A. For the tomatoes, lycopene. These antioxidants all get incorporated into your brain cells and help protect, repair, and heal your brain cells. So we want a healthy brain as we get older. It helps reduce the risk of cognitive decline and dementia.
Okay.
And dementia is something you don't want to have to deal with. Now, black beans, I love black beans. Beans are high in antioxidants, which people don't realize. It's the protein for this dish. Great source of fiber, very inexpensive, fabulous.
And they fill you up, too.
They fill you up. Here's a chopped poblano pepper. I'm kind of just...
What kind of pepper was that?
Poblano, P-O-B-L-A-N-O. I got everything here from my local farm except the avocado, a little bit of chopped garlic we're going to throw in. I'm going to continue with my preparation here. This is actually one of my favorite kitchen gadgets.
Okay.
You called it a muddler? I don't even know what it's called.
I only know because of mojitos, you muddle the mint.
But you can stick it right in a lime or a lemon or an orange, and you juice it right up.
Oh,
and you have
how easy. Maybe that's a juicer then.
A fabulous fresh juice, and the fresh juice is one of the secrets to fantastic food, I think.
Now we're going to smell that. That's terrific.
Isn't that great? Avocado, very high in monounsaturated fats. These are also very good for your brain. Your brain, which most people don't realize, is 2/3 fat. 2/3 of your brain is made up of fat.
Really?
So the fat you eat makes a big difference in how well your brain functions.
So you want good fat?
You want good fat. The bad fat is butter, cheese, red meat, processed meat. That bad saturated fat, not good for your brain cells. Gets incorporated, impairs their ability to function, to send messages to each other. So avocado, a lot of people think it's high in cholesterol. No cholesterol in avocados, actually. actually. No cholesterol in any foods that come from plants, only animal foods.
Samantha, how long have you been eating like this? And have you seen a difference?
I've been eating like this for many years.
Yeah.
And what you find is it's delicious, it's fun, it's easy. I got this corn, and I'll taste a little bite of it. Do you want to eat on the air?
Sure, I do.
I got it at my local farm. I threw it in boiling water for about 2 minutes,
Oh, it's
and I
sweet.
cut it off, and it tastes like candy. So here's a great tip for the summer. Get your corn now, blanch it, cut it off the cob, stick it in your freezer when you get your power back.
That's true.
And you'll have fresh, sweet corn
I
all
love
winter
that.
long. So it's a great thing to do. About a cup, but I just put a whole ear in.
Did I chop those peppers well enough?
You did.
No. Do you want them smaller?
A little bit smaller would be great. A little bit smaller would be great. And it's just it's a very easy salad. And honestly, I'm throwing my food around here. I have people request this for parties. Now, what I don't have and what I didn't include is you can chop a little red onion in. You can add a little feta or goat cheese to top it off with.
Okay.
But without that, the cheese, this is vegan, gluten-free, wheat-free. So for people with special dietary needs, it's a great salad. So we have the avocado,
We're also
we
gonna
have
cut up
cilantro, you have those cherry tomatoes.
Yes, that's
and
my
aren't
next
they
mission.
gorgeous?
They're very nice. It's the time of year for them.
Time of year for them. And again, I chose the orange pepper because I thought it would look pretty in color. You could use red peppers, you could use green peppers. You can use really anything you like that tastes fantastic to you and your family.
Okay.
And throw in a little bit of olive oil. Again, healthy fat here, that healthy monounsaturated fat. Recipe generally is about 3 tablespoons. I kind of just wing it.
Okay.
Which I shouldn't say. A little bit of salt. This is a kosher salt you can throw in.
So if I eat this, I'm going to be smarter?
You're going to be so smart.
I love that. All right,
You're
what do you
gonna be
think?
smart for the
Chopped,
whole
or you
day.
want to should we
No,
continue
I
chopping
think
these?
you did a brilliant job. Throw it right in.
Brilliant.
And it gets so pretty.
It
It's
does.
pretty.
Problem is I didn't get to the tomatoes yet.
But we have time. We do have time.
So tell me more about the book. You could find recipes
I have
in there?
recipes, not only from me, but from celebrity chefs in the book, because I'm a registered dietitian, not necessarily a chef. It's a medically peer-reviewed book, so you know everything in it is scientifically and medically accurate. It's not crazy or wonky. It'll tell you what you can feed yourself and your family so they're smart, so their brains are less likely to atrophy when they get older, reduce your risk of heart disease, manage weight.
Wow.
It's all
a
about
lot of
healthy
benefits to eating healthy.
And it's an easy book. You open it up, you look to a page, a lot of bulleted points, just easy to read, user-friendly, and it's fun. I tried to make it informative and fun and somewhat funny because all the stories in the book are true.
All right, well, we're out of time at this point, so I'm going to leave the tomatoes to you.
Okay.
But we're going to try it at the end of the show. So stay with us, and of course, you can find the recipe on WTNH.com. Don't go anywhere. There's more Connecticut Style after the break.
Now, so many people coming back for the first time, wading through water to get to their homes.
The water has receded, but rescue workers are now going in, surveying damage.
It's pretty bad. Looking at those cars down there, and I feel for those people.
I thank God for being safe.
We just want to say we hope you made it through okay, and we hope we were able to help in some way. Who's got your back? News 8.
An 8-piece bedroom untouchable at only $7.99.
Don't have room for the chest?
More choice. For the same $7.99, get 4 underbed drawers instead.
Now that's more choice and more value. Problem solved.
No 2 snowflakes are the same, and no other snow thrower is a Cub Cadet. Packed with innovative features like a nearly indestructible polymer chute that blasts mountains of snow and ice away. Fingertip-controlled power steering for remarkable handling, and smooth gliding, cool blue skid shoes that won't rust or scratch any surface. Hurry in for this special limited-time offer. In the greater Hartford, New Haven area, visit your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
This Labor Day weekend, it's all for you, New England.
Shop all the so-called Labor Day sales, then buy it from Bob. Need a bedroom? Want quality without breaking the bank? Bob's Louis II is complete. All 8 pieces, only $9.99.
Self-professed foodies Jane and Michael Stern are out with a different kind of book. This one takes readers on a cross-country tour of some of the nation's best regional dishes.
Everything from corn dogs to Johnny cakes and even fluffernutters. The book is called The Lexicon of Real American Food. And here to tell us about some of his favorite dishes and recipes is co-author Michael Stern. It's nice to have you here on Connecticut Style.
Great to be here. How are you?
What a great job you have touring the country and finding the best food.
I will give up this job when they pry the fork from my cold, dead finger.
is. You know? It's a great job. I mean, and there is so much to discover when you travel around this country. You know, a lot of people think hamburgers, hot dogs, what else is there? American food is unbelievably rich, primarily because there is no such thing as purely American food. Everything we eat in this country, from yak ha mein in New Orleans to the chowders of the Pacific Northwest, comes from somewhere else.
Well, talking about chowders, I saw that list. I had no idea there was such a thing as an Oregon chowder.
Oh yeah, they're big on chowder in Oregon, and the fact is there's a downstate Illinois chowder that no one's ever heard of, except people
Rhode
in
Island
downstate
and New England.
And of course
That's
there's Rhode Island
Manhattan,
chowder, there's
New
Manhattan,
England. I had no
New England.
idea all those other chowders existed.
Yeah, well, and you know, everyone thinks their chowder is the greatest one. It's like barbecue. You know, you could start a civil war over, is it beef, is it pork, should it be sauce, should it not be sauce? Do you serve it with hush puppies, or do you serve it with corn cakes?
Kind of depends whether you're in North Carolina or Kansas City or
Memphis or Texas or Arizona. Everyone has their own special way of doing it, which makes American food so much fun.
So let's talk about the book and the journey you took to how it all came together.
Well, the lexicon of real American food is really the result of years and years of traveling around the country and eating with the locals. You know, when we say real American food, what that means is not the fancy pants food that you eat in deluxe restaurants and pay $30, $40, $50 for. This is dining in cafes and truck stops.
Greasy spoons,
and
probably,
greasy
right?
spoons galore. I mean, the kinds of places where people sit down to eat a breaded pork tenderloin in Iowa, or a piece of sour cream raisin pie in Minnesota, or crawfish in Louisiana. I mean, these are the kinds of dishes that that people really feel are part of their culture, and they really have a kind of whole historical, cultural component that makes it more than just something to eat. It's part of people's identity.
This book covers from A to Y.
A to Y, we couldn't find a really good Z. Y, of course, is the dish called yak ha mein, which is very popular in New Orleans and known as a hangover cure, as is menudo in the Southwest. You know, different parts of the country have their own different hangover cures.
What are they?
Well,
since we're on the topic.
Actually, there is no. Sorry. A couple aspirin is it. No, yak ha mein is actually sort of a sort of like ramen noodles, but better, like real ones.
Okay,
and menudo is a hominy and tripe stew that is served only on weekends in southwestern cafes in Texas
interesting.
and
Okay.
Arizona.
Wow. Okay, now this is not a cookbook though. People need to know that.
There are some recipes.
Right.
I mean, there are recipes here, for example, for wet ribs and dry ribs from Memphis, or there's a recipe there for American chop suey from the Northeast. But mostly it's really a book about these different dishes, where they come from, what they mean to people, and sort of the different variations of, for example, pizza. You know, how many different varieties of pizza are there around the country? And again, everyone thinks theirs is, like, people from Chicago think deep dish pizza is it.
Right.
You know, people from the Northeast, well, we like a more Neapolitan style. So.
Right, the thin pizza.
Different places you go in the country, they're gonna serve different food. Like when I was in Louisiana, certainly macaroni was a lot different than it is here in New England.
That was a shock to me. That macaroni and cheese is a really big deal in Louisiana.
It is.
And actually, some of the very best, but it's nothing like you'll get around here.
Very different. Same with pizza. So I guess it depends where you are.
It depends on where you are, and that's what makes that's what makes it so easy to do a lexicon of real American food. With, I think we have over 500 different entries, and probably could have had 500 more, because there are so many variations in our diets around the country. And as I said, it's not just food on a plate, it's people's identity. I mean, you know, like a crawfish boil in Louisiana, or a clam bake in the Northeast. I mean, these are things that really mean something to people's heritage.
Sure.
And in that sense, it's really you know, it's a real taste of the country in a sense that's more than what's on a plate.
What's perhaps the most unusual dish that you have in the book?
Well, shall I talk about Rocky Mountain oysters?
Sure.
Also known as swinging beef, or another word for it is tenderloin.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that?
Aren't you glad you asked?
Okay, well, really quickly though, we got to get to your signing. Where you going? You're going to have a book signing soon.
On Wednesday the 7th, we will be at R.J. Julia's at 7 o'clock. We will be signing copies of the Lexicon of Real American Food and talking about some of the adventures we had while researching it.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Listen,
all right.
Great having you here. A lot of fun.
Great to be here.
All right, more Connecticut Style after the break. We'll be right back.
Did you know when you donate your clothes and goods to Goodwill, you actually create jobs and opportunities for those with disabilities and challenges.
Give to the organization that gives back to you. Goodwill, helping your community one bag at a time.
I went a lot of years without seeing the dentist, and then it happened. One tooth, so painful I couldn't even sleep at night. Why do people wait so long to call the dentist? You're going to have to take care of it sometime. Aspen Dental got me in right away. My dentist fixed me up, and now I'm sleeping like a baby.
Right now, new patients get a free exam and x-rays. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Come on, people. Take care of your smile. Call Aspen Dental.
Little time to smile.
Both of my sons were in a car accident. For all the people that we talked to, we found that Jonathan was best for us.
I slipped and fell at a store, crushing my left shoulder. I felt as though no one was listening until I called Jonathan Perkins.
My doctor made me believe that I was in better shape than I really was, and which led to complications during the birth of my daughter. With attorney Jonathan Perkins, I know he's working hard for me.
I'm Jonathan Perkins. I'll fight hard to get what you deserve.
Call 1-800-PERKINS and win.
Cam, I want to have another baby. What do you think about a boy this time?
All right, we're back here in the kitchen with our guest. Now, Samantha, I want to ask you about your radio show on Sirius.
I am on Sirius XM Channel 81, Dr. Radio. My show is live on Fridays from 12 to 2 p.m., and we take live calls from all over the country and Canada.
Terrific.
Really fun. We have fabulous experts. I might even have Mr. Stern on my show to talk about his book.
Oh,
I have
absolutely.
endocrinologists, cancer. We talk about weight loss. We talk about cardiovascular disease. We talk about sports nutrition. So it's really fun, and we have great experts on that show.
Well, we can't wait to try your food.
You must try it.
Okay,
So this
little
is your
brain
brain
food.
food.
We're joined here with Michael's lovely wife, Linda. And so what do you think so far, Michael? Have you tried it yet?
I'm about to eat it.
You are about to eat it. We do want a little critique,
Let's do
you know.
you
want to try
split
that?
this one,
Can I
yeah.
cover my mouth full?
Yes,
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
A little bowl for you.
Oh, thank you.
You like
Really,
the
really
flavor?
good.
Thank you. I think one of the things that makes it really fantastic is that sweet corn that I said I got from my
Yes.
local farm. I freeze for the winter so I can use it all winter. Because while you can use frozen or canned, it doesn't have that sweetness.
No, it's
this tastes like
fantastic.
candy,
That's
doesn't
great.
it?
Oh, it does. Absolutely.
And you can add
You
a
cook
lot
the
of
corn
different
first?
things. I actually blanched it for about 2 minutes in the water. I put on the timer. I take it out. I cut off the cobs. I stick it in the freezer. And then cut off the corn.
Isn't this great? We're
I
all
gotta try
sharing
it.
ideas here. This is wonderful.
I feel smarter already.
Yeah,
Do you
this is
really?
great.
And you look smarter too.
Thank you.
I can use this, you know. I really can use a
We
lot
want to
of
thank
it.
all of our guests today, Arjun Ganasan, Michael Stern, and Samantha Heller. But most of all, thank you all for watching.
Make it a great day. Bye.
Bye.